السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Good morning guys. Welcome to our lesson today. We will study lesson 1, listen and discuss, page 82 and 83. What do you think the words moral and ethical mean? The word moral and ethical means the way you behave، اللي هي الأخلاق أو الأخلاقيات. تمام؟ Have you ever been tempted to do something that wasn't right? Explain. Do you think in every situation there is always a clear right and wrong thing to do? Let's listen to these dilemmas. Dilemmas means difficult situations.
1. Russ is at the airport to catch a flight. He is on his way to his brother's wedding. His flight is about to leave. As he runs through the terminal to his departure gate, an elderly man suddenly slips and falls in front of him. The man cries out in pain. Russ knows that if he stopped to help the man, he would miss his flight. If he missed his flight, he would miss his brother's wedding. Russ runs past the man as if he hadn't seen him. Would you have done what Russ did?
2. Mike is taking an extremely important history test. The test will determine whether he passes the class. Mike has been studying for the test day and night. He feels well prepared, but when the test is in front of him, Mike's mind goes blank. He can't remember anything. It is as if he had never studied. Sam is the best student in the class and is sitting right next to Mike. Sam's paper is close enough for Mike to see the answers. The teacher is not paying attention. Mike knows that if he copied Sam's answers, the teacher wouldn't see. What would you do if you were Mike? 3.
A ship strikes an iceberg and 10 passengers crowd into a lifeboat that is only intended to hold 9. The lifeboat slowly starts to sink because of the extra weight. If it does, all 10 passengers will die in the freezing water. The captain considers his choices and decides to force the weakest individual out of the lifeboat. He reasons that if he did nothing, everyone would drown. This way, only one person drowns, and this person would have drowned anyway. Others on the lifeboat feel that this choice is morally wrong. They say that if he did nothing, then even if none of them survived, at least no one would be responsible for anyone's death. If you were the captain, what would you do?
4.
Mariana has struggled in science class for years. This year, to help motivate her, Mariana's parents have told her that if she receives a B on her report card, they will help her buy a cell phone. But Mariana has done poorly in the class and knows that her final grade will be a D. The day her report card is due to arrive in the mail, Mariana arrives home from school and is greeted by her parents with hugs and smiles. She takes a look at the report card and sees that her grade in science is an A. Clearly, this is a mistake, but Mariana can get away with it if she doesn't say anything. The cell phone is only part of the reason that she's tempted not to say anything. She also dreads the idea of seeing the pride on her parents' faces vanish. What would you do if you were Mariana?
Okay, let's identify the meaning of difficult words in this text. Here, the word dilemma, as we said, dilemma means difficult situation. And here, an elderly man suddenly slips and falls in front of him. Slips means slide. Here, Mike's mind goes blank. Goes blank means he forgot everything. Goes blank means to forget something. Paying attention, the teacher is not paying attention, is not notice or doesn't observe. Here, iceberg, a ship strikes. Strikes means hit. hit an iceberg means a large mass of ice floating in the sea is called iceberg. Here, this way, only one person drowned. Drowned means to die from being underwater because he can't breathe. Even if none of them survived to continue to live. Here, in number 4, motivate her. Motivate her means to prompt her. Due to here means expected. Her parents with hugs and smiles means impress her. But Marina can get away with it. Get away means escape. And she is tempted not to say anything. Tempted means attracted. She also dreads the idea means fear of the idea. Of seeing her pride, the pride on her parents' faces vanish. Pride on her faces, the pleasure on her parents' faces vanish means disappear. Okay, Yusuf, read the first one.
Okay. Delma. Ross is at an airport to catch it at a flight. He is on his way to his brother's wedding. His flight is about to leave as runs through the terminal to his departure gate. An elderly man suddenly slips and falls in front of him. The man cries out in pain. Ross knows that it stopped it to help the man. He would miss his flight. If he missed his flight, he would miss his brother's wedding. Ross runs past me as though he hadn't seen him. Would you have done what Ross did?
Would you or not, Yusuf?
Yes, I can. I will help him.
You will help the man or you will go to catch your flight?
I will help the man, then I will run to go to my flight.
Okay, Yusuf, thank you, Yusuf. Here, as he runs through the terminal to departure gates, اللي هي a big building where people wait to get into planes. اللي هو المكان يا شباب الانتظار اللي بتدخل منه على الطيارة اسمه terminal. Okay, terminal his departure gate means the leaving gate اللي هي بوابة الخروج. And slips, as we said, means slide. The second dilemma, yes, Iyad?
Mike is taking an extremely important history test. The test will determine whether he passed the class. Mike has been studying for the test day and night. He feels well prepared, but when the test is in front of him, Mike's mind goes blank. He can't remember anything. It's as if he had never studied. Sam is the best student in the class and is sitting right to Mike. Sam's paper is close enough for Mike to see the answer. The teacher is not paying attention. Mike knows that if he copied Sam's answer, the teacher wouldn't see. What would you do if you were Mike?
What would you do, Iyad? If you were Mike, what would you do? Will you cheat or not?
No, I won't cheat. I would remember what the answers because I have studied hard in last night.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Iyad. Because in our Islam, cheating is forbidden. طبعا حرام الغش حرام. Yes, thank you, Iyad. Here, the test will determine whether he passed the class. Determine means will decide. Okay, يعني هو اللي هيحدد إذا كان يجتاز المرحلة أو الدراسة أو لا. Okay. The third dilemma, yes, Sultan.
A ship strikes an iceberg and 10 passengers crowd into a lifeboat that is only intended to hold 9. The lifeboat slowly starts to sink because of the extra weight. If it does, all 10 passengers will die in the freezing water. The captain considers his shocks and decided to force the weakest.
individual.
individual
Individual means
out
the person, okay? The person out
Okay.
of the lifeboat, yeah?
out of the lifeboat. He reasoned that if he did nothing, everyone would drown. This way, only one person drowns, and this person would have drowned it anyway. Others on the lifeboats feel that this choke is
Choice.
morally
This choice means
choice
this option,
Choice.
yeah?
choice is morally wrong. They say that if he did nothing, then even if none of them survived, at least no one would be responsible responsible for anyone's death. If you were the captain, what would you do?
What would you do if you were the Captain Sultan?
I will try to save them.
To save them. Okay, very good. Thank you, Sultan. Number 4. Okay, Basil.
Mariana has struggled in science class for years. This year, to help motivate her, Mariana's parents have told her that if she receives a B on her report card, they will help her buy a cell phone. But Mariana has done poorly in the class and knows that her final grade will be a D. The day her report card is due to arrive in the mail, Mariana arrives home from school and is greeted by her parents with hugs and smiles. She takes a look in the report card and sees that her grade in science is an A. Probably this is a mistake, but Mariana can get away with it if she doesn't say anything. The cell phone is only part of the reason that she is tempted not to say anything. She also dreads the idea of seeing the pride of her parents' faces vanish. What would you do if you were Mariana?
What would you do, Basil?
I will study hard for every important test.
Not studying. If you get the mark which is not your marks, okay? You take this mark by mistake. What would you do? Will you tell the teacher that this is not your marks, not your card, or you will complete and get away with this card?
I will tell my teacher that it's not my mark.
Yeah, okay, very good. This is a kind of honest. Yes, Basil, thank you, Basil, because she got the A, received A, and she deserved D, as she said. Okay, thank you, Basil. Now we have 2 quotes here. The first quote says, "All sunshines makes the desert." Arabic proverb. مثل عربي بيقول all sunshines makes the desert. And another Arabic proverb says, ask the experienced rather than the learned. What does these proverbs mean? The first one, all sunshines makes the desert. This means that we should appreciate the rain, okay? We can't live without rain. We can't live with sunshine all the time, okay? Without the shade of clouds and the rain, the plants will dry out and die. So we need both of them, sunshine and we need rain, because the variety is both useful and necessary for us. Okay? The second proverb, ask the experienced rather than the learned. This proverb means that experience is the best teacher. للتجربة أو الخبرة يا شباب is the best teacher. Okay? You can learn by education, you can learn by books, but it doesn't have the same effect as you experienced it. يعني ممكن تتعلم من الكتب وتقرأ وتتعلم but experience is the first teacher. Okay. Exercise A. Vocabulary. Complete each sentence with one of these words. Read, morally, motivate, responsible, tempted, vanish. Okay, number one. Yes, Muhammad.
Who is space for cleaning up this mess? Responsible.
Responsible
Who
for.
is responsible for cleaning up?
Yeah, responsible for. من المسؤول؟ المسؤول عن. من المسؤول عن. Yes. Number two. Yes, Naif.
My mother's cooking always vanish moments after the takes team out of the oven.
Yeah, vanish. Vanish means disappear. يعني بيختفي. يعني أول ما بتطلع الكوكيز من الفرن على طول كله بياكله. Okay, number three. Yes, Yusuf.
The beautiful weather helped motivate me to give outside and get some exercise.
Very good,
Motivate.
Yusuf. Motivate. يحفز أو يحث to go outside. يعني الطقس بيحثني على الخروج. طيب, number four. Okay, Sultan.
People should feel that it's morally wrong to buy stolen goods.
Yeah, very good. Sultan. Morally wrong. يعني خطأ سلوكي أو أخلاقي to buy stolen goods. من الخطأ الأخلاقي أو التصرف الخطأ إن إحنا نشتري stolen goods البضائع المسروقة. خاصة لو أنت تعلم إنها مسروقة. طب أنت if you don't know, no problem. Okay? Because we are treated as upon our intention. إحنا بنتحاسب على النية. طبعا أنت if you don't know that it's stolen goods, no problem. But if you know that these goods are stolen, so it's forbidden to buy them. Okay. Number five. Yes. Yes. Rakan.
I dread taking final exam next week.
Yeah, very good. Thank you, Rakan. I dread taking final exam means I am afraid. Number six, last one. Yes, Naif.
I was tempted to watch the film on TV, but I made myself study instead.
Yeah, very good. Thank you, Naif. I was tempted يعني كنت مغرم إن سماع الفيلم. Okay, but I made myself study instead. ولكن بدلته بالمذاكرة. Okay, thank you, guys. Exercise B, comprehension. Answer the questions. Number one, why is Ross at the airport? Why, Yusuf?
Because he want to go to his brother's wedding.
Yeah, his brother's wedding. Yeah, he wants to travel or flying to his brother's wedding. Number two, yes, Rakan?
What does Rose
decide
to do?
Yeah.
He does not help the man.
Yeah, okay, thank you, Rakan. He doesn't help the man but hurries to catch his flight. Number three, is Naif.
What is Mike considering doing? Why? He is considering cheating on his test because he can't remember the answer.
Yeah, because he can't remember the answer. Very good, thank you, Naif. Number four, okay, Muhammad.
What the problem? What is the problem on the lifeboat? There is only enough space for 9 passengers.
Yeah,
9 passengers.
9 passenger only. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Muhammad. And the last one, okay, Sultan.
What is Mariana tempted to do? Not to tell the truth about her science grades. Because then she will be able to buy a cell phone and her parents will be proud of her.
Yeah, very good, Sultan. Because she will be able to buy a cell phone and her parents will be proud of her. But of course, this is a wrong behavior. Okay, it's not morally situation. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed the lesson and see you next lesson. Inshallah. Goodbye.